From a distance, it sort of looks like an innocent scene with a child's bed, like just a little bedroom with the bed nice and neat. But once you get closer and you see the funeral service notice and the artist statement, it helps to set the scene of what's actually happened there, that it's not an innocent setting at all. It's a dead child's bed from a drug overdose.
One of the students said, "Oh, this conceptual art's pretty easy." And I said, well, you know, it doesn't take long to put a teddy bear into the corner of a gallery, but it took a long time to get to that point of deciding what's the best object to use, writing the statement, developing the idea. That's what took the most of the last 3 to 4 months to develop. In my art practice, I've mostly collected things, post-consumer materials. Some people call it recyclables, but I call it post-consumer materials. So if I see lots of things, whether it's something I've collected myself, like plastic bottle tops, or I see something up at the tip shop, like a whole lot of whatever, they're the sort of things that really interest me. And installing those into a space and transforming that space is pretty much what it's about. Underlying all that is dealing with the issues of consumerism and choice and unsustainable use of resources. My original AIR residency was at Bridgewater High. My proposal for Bridgewater was to go to the school and not bring any new materials on site and just collect from their waste streams. That was a real, I think, moment in my practice, and it's something I've continued since then. And I can see going into this residency now at Claremont College, seeing another gear shift in my practice. For this residency, I'm taking on a much more of a mentor role in the school, and a lot of what I'm looking at is developing the notion of a professional arts practice in the mind of the students there. So they're going to work towards an exhibition. I'm going to be curating that exhibition, and very much about developing an idea and a concept. The greatest challenge is always the start. You develop your proposal and it gets accepted, and you think, yeah, this is great. And you meet the teachers and you still don't know until you actually start meeting all the students how they're going to react to what you do and whether they get what you do. The college has a strong visual arts program, and that was a good starting point for me. I spent many weeks talking about concepts and going through conceptual art, talking about how conceptual art, right back to Marcel Duchamp, and just opening them up to all these other ideas and other art practices that are out there. And then over periods of weeks brought in my own materials, just things that I've used in the past, and or showed them on my website, basically getting them away from wall-based and object-based work. And that took a long time, and I was really conscious of not starting with ideas for the actual artwork, but starting with the ideas. And say, all right, this is what you're drawing right now, this is what you're painting right now, why are you doing this? And a lot of them were quite, dumbstruck at first when I asked that question, but it didn't take that long before they start going, oh, well, I'm actually really interested in this, and oh, I don't know why people do this, and I don't know why people treat women like this. And I said, well, now we're getting somewhere. And that got driven for quite a few weeks before we even really started talking about artwork.
I decided that I would work with different elements of beauty, so showing your innocence and beauty and body image, reflecting a woman's bravery to be herself and shine who she is through the art.
To be teaching visual art, yeah, I can go into a classroom and do that, and I've been doing that for a number of years, but to actually get someone who's doing it now, making art now in the context of the profession, that's just invaluable. I can't speak highly enough of the opportunity that gives our students and the enrichment that brings to our students' artwork, their understanding of art, and also the culture of the college itself. Having a very practical project like working towards an exhibition is again a fantastic opportunity for the students, because it gives them an idea of what it's actually like to go through that as a practicing artist.
Set up on Monday was interesting. We had about a 3-hour slot, and a lot of the works didn't actually physically take long to set up. Some of them took a bit longer, but I think, as I expected, the ones that hung around got much more of an idea of how a show comes together. I think it's exciting seeing the looks on their faces, because they all bumped in on Monday, and no, all the lights aren't sorted out and the statements aren't up. And so to see them come back and the smiles getting a bit bigger, and then as parents come in, taking them over and showing them their statements and showing them their artworks, yeah, pleasing, yeah.
Never thought I'd have an opportunity to have people actually come and look at my artwork, so it's really exciting.
I spent a lot of weeks just talking about that emotional pull and that sort of 10-second rule that people don't look at work for long, so you've got to draw them in and then you've got a chance to say something.
My piece of art represents the negative impact that humans are having on our precious Tasmania. I just feel like I've at least conquered a goal, which was to get my message across to a few people, because people have come to me and said this, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I feel like I've accomplished what my artwork's for.
It certainly made me ask myself a lot more, well, what am I on about? And at the end of the day, I am interested in social change, and I am interested in engaging with an audience and using art to help people think and to see real changes.
Getting noticed by the public is cool. I've never done anything like that before, because I do music and stuff like that, and I don't let anyone see it at all. They're not allowed anywhere near it. So this is the first time I've done anything in front of people. I hate even talking in front of people and stuff, it's really strange. But this has really helped, yeah. So I'm glad to have done it.